Hello students, today we are going to discuss application of integrals. Students, we have done differentiation, after that we did application of derivatives. Similarly, now we have finished integral, so after that it's application of integrals. Application of integrals is similar as well as different from application of derivative. It's different because in uh, our syllabus application of derivatives there are various topics where we have done their application, that means application of derivative, whereas in integral we have only one topic, that is area under the curve. And it is similar to application of derivative because in application of derivatives the differentiation is very basic, because these are practical problems and obviously the functions are very simple and differentiation is very basic. Similarly, in integral also, when we do application of integral, so practical problems are there, standard curves are there, so their integral is very easy. So let us start. One point we have to remember when we are doing application of integral, that means we have some basic knowledge of coordinate geometry, that means curves, standard equation, their focus, center, radius, like that, and nothing beyond that, that is enough. Now as we know that if we are having any function y is equal to f of x, then area under the curve from a to b is given by integral a to b f of x dx. So we will use this fact to find the application of integral. We can divide this topic into two parts. First, in which we can find the area under the single curve, and second we can find the area between the two curves. So first let us see one example. For y is equal to 1 minus x, find the area from x is equal to 3 to x is equal to 5. So it's a straight line because it's linear equation in two variable, so we can easily draw its graph. Now this is rough sketch. Rough sketch means we don't need scale or compass or graph paper to draw this, but this doesn't mean we should take this very casually, because its marks are there and we have to properly label it. We have to be very much particular about this diagram, like about quadrant. Some margins are there, that means we can do like I have drawn this line. If I draw a line this, then it's okay, no problem, because we are drawing rough diagram. But if I draw in wrong quadrant, then that is wrong, because quadrant should be specified properly. Left hand side, right hand side, upward, downward, we should take care of these things. Now clearly 0, 1 and 1, 0 are 2 points where line is intersecting on the coordinate axis. Now x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 5, these are two values of x. As y is a function of x, so we want values on the x axis or limits where we have to find the area. So I am giving name a, b, c and d, so that I have to specify first of all what is my required area. I have to shade this and I have to write verbally that required area is a, b, c, d, a. Why I have written a again in the last? Because I want to say that area is bounded. If I write only a, b, c, d, that means area is open from one side. So as area is bounded, so I will write a, b, c, d, a. Now write y in terms of x. So this is very easy. Integral x minus x square by 2, 3 to 5 limits are there. Now this step is very sensitive. This is easy, no doubt, but sometimes students in overconfidence or in hustle, they just don't write it properly and they do silly mistake. So I especially recommend you people that please apply brackets. Just take care of powers, negative sign, very important. So these are very simple things which we have been doing from our elementary mathematics, so please be careful. So after solving this, we are getting -6. -6 means area can't be negative, but this means area is below x axis or in negative y axis. So in last we will summarize by writing required area is 6 square unit. So area can't be negative, we should be careful of that. Suppose we are finding the area of a line and it has been divided into two parts. So this area will be negative and this area will be positive, and suppose a value of area is 5 and minus 3, but when we will add we will ignore minus 3 and we will add as 5 plus 3, because area plus area will be increase in area, not decrease in area. Next is find y is equal to sin x from x is equal to pi by 2 to x is equal to 3 pi by 2. So graph is very simple but very important. Draw the graph sin x pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, we are shading. Now here we can use our smartness. Instead of finding all this area, we can first of all declare that required area is 2 time area this ABCA. So that means pi by 2 to pi, limit of x, function is sin x, dx, integral is pi by 2 to pi, limits, and integral of sin x is minus cos x, and then we can put the value. So required area is 2. Similarly, find the area between parabola y square is equal to 16x and its latest rectum. As we know that from basic coordinate geometry, if y square is equal to 4ax is the parabola, then a is 4. This is a point where focus is located, and this is a point where latest rectum is going to pass. So y square is equal to 16x is obviously right hand parabola. So latest rectum is passing through 4, 0 and perpendicular to axis. So total area is 2 time area OABO. We have to shade complete area, but we will declare that total area is double of ABOA or OABO. So after that it's very easy. So 0 to 4, because coordinate of focus are 4, 0, and 0 to 4 root x. So after that we can integrate this and we can put the required value. Similarly, we can find the area of the region bounded by y square is equal to 4x and x is equal to 3. Clearly it's again right hand parabola and limits are given because x is equal to 3 is a vertical line. So 0 to 3. And required area is OABO, which is actually double of OACO. Then again put y is equal to 2 root x, limits are 0 to 3, and rest we can find after solving the limits. Now next question is find the area of the region bounded by x square is equal to 4y, y is equal to 2, y is equal to 4 and y-axis in the first quadrant. So much information is given. Let us see one by one. First is upward parabola, so I have drawn that. After that y is equal to 2, y is equal to 4, these are horizontal lines. Now y-axis, so I have covered y-axis also, and first quadrant, that means I have no need to shade even this because only first quadrant is required. Now here you can clearly see that limits of y are given. So what I will do after writing the required area, I am writing x in terms of y, and variable of integration is also dy. So this is the point which is very important. So it is 2 root 5. After that we can easily integrate this. So integral is from 2 to 4, and after that we can put the limit. Next application, like find the area of ellipse x square upon 16 plus y square upon 4 is equal to 1. Now from our knowledge of mensuration, we know that area of ellipse is pi AB, or here A is 4, B is 2, so it is 8 pi. Now let us verify this by integration, because using integration we have to find this. Now it is clearly horizontal ellipse and major axis, semi-major axis is 4, 0 and semi-minor axis is 0, 2. Now clearly required area is 4 time area OABO due to symmetry, so we can focus on this only. Now limits, remember, as we have represented y in terms of x, then limit we have to follow of x axis. So 0 to 4. Now putting y, it is 2 time unto 1 minus x square upon 16. This is 4 time area, so I am putting 4 here. So everything is set. After some simplification, now it's a very famous formula, under root of a square minus x square. This is x by 2 under root a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sin inverse x by a plus c. So limits are 0 to 4. Now these limits are very easy to substitute, but we have to be very careful. Like when we put upper limit, obviously this will become 0, and it is sin inverse 4 by 4, which is 1, and lower limit is 0, so it's very simple, it will make everything 0. So it becomes 0 again. Sin inverse 1 is pi by 2. So after putting these values, it is 8 pi, which we calculated with the formula of mensuration. So it is verified. Now let's come to area of circle. X square plus y square is equal to a square. Clearly its center is 0 0 origin, and radius is a comma 0. Now required area is 4 times area OABO due to symmetry. So it is 4 times 0 to a under root of a square minus x square. Again same formula I am using, and limits are 0 to a. So putting the limits, we will get required area, which is pi a square, as we all know that area of circle is pi into radius square. Now let's check very good question of NCERT exercise. Find area in the first quadrant enclosed by x-axis, line x is equal to root 3y, and circle x square plus y square is equal to 4. Now it is the question in which two curves are given, no direct limits are given, so we have to find the point of intersection first of all. So first step is writing equations, given equation. After that I am solving 1 and 2 equation. Now one is linear and one is quadratic. We have solved so many times system of linear equations, but we have no proper method of solving any quadratic equation system or linear and quadratic equation system. But one method is ultimate, which is substitution. So I am putting value of x from first to second. So it is 3y square plus y square is equal to 4, or y square is equal to 1, and importantly y is equal to plus minus 1. Remember, don't forget minus 1. So when I put y in equation number 1, x is plus minus root 3. So point of intersection are root 3 comma 1 and root 3 minus root 3 comma minus 1. And remember, always relate your common sense with your theory. Theory says these are point of intersection. Common sense says it's a line which is passing through origin, and as it is positive, y is equal to mx form, so it will and m is positive, so it will pass through first and third quadrant, not second and fourth quadrant, which are confirmed by our point of intersection also. After that, now clearly I'll make the foot of perpendicular of point A, which is actually root 3 comma 0. This will divide the required area into two portions, one under line and one under circle. So that means this time I have to find required area with the help of two integral, first from 0 to root 3 under the line, and then from root 3 to 2 under the circle. So I have made two integrals and with proper limit. Now I strongly recommend that to avoid silly mistakes, give symbol I1 I2, and after that consider them separately. Like I1 is equal to 1 by root 3 0 to root 3 x. So after power rule and putting the limit, we are getting root 3 by 2. And second integral is root 3 to 2 and root 4 minus x square dx. Again applying the root a square minus x square formula, and write that formula in the region also. And if I now this time lower limit is not 0, so it is not so easy, but still it's not complex. So I am putting x as 2, so this term becomes 0. X is 2 here, sin inverse 1, and when I put x as 3, root 3 sorry, so it is root 3 by 2, 4 minus 3 whole under root plus 2 sin inverse root 3 by 2. Remember, minus sign is there, so put bracket properly. Now this is pi by 2, 2 into pi by 2 is just pi, and after that it is root 3 by 2, it is 60 degree, so it is 2 into pi by 3. So pi minus pi by 3 is pi by 3 minus root 3 by 2. So putting this value and this value in equation number 3, so clearly root 3 by 2 will be cancelled out, and we are left with pi by 3. So result is pi by 3 square units. So hope you have got all these questions. That's all for today. Take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.